Third, Flying Mistress 4, Silent Echo after this runs in fifth. After this one, Master Bow, a longish way to the back markers after these as the leader jumps the last and comes over it, and it's Crowecopper with a 6-length advantage from Gratification. Tyranny still goes strongly, as does Flying Mistress far side, but they come up to the line and it is Crowecopper remaining clear, then Gratification and Tyranny and Flying Mistress. These last three all pretty close.
Fence left to be jumped in the Salt Hill Handicap chase. Crowecopper and Mr. Richard Bevan jump it well from Dartover in second, and Dartover rallying over on the far side. And so with 100 yards to race, it's Crowecopper holding Dartover over on the far side as they come up towards the line. Dartover's finishing very strongly, but at the line Crowecopper just wins it. It's pretty close, but just Crowecopper from Dartover, and Memberson back in third.
First, number 5, second, number 2, and third, number 1. First, number 5, Crowecopper. Second, number 2, Dartover. And third, number 1, Memberson.
Third, at the third last, deep and even over 1 from Broadbeam, who jumps it well on the outside and comes to challenge, and with 2 to jump it's Broadbeam who takes it up now from Holmore Patrol. Deep and Even's dropped back, and it's Broadbeam, Holmore Patrol, Deep and Even, then Kelly's Boy running on with Crowecopper, and Peacock Aid still well there. They're tightly grouped as they come to the final fence. Holmore Patrol, Broadbeam, Deep and Even comes again. Crowecopper coming on the stand side. Then comes Peacock Aid and Kelly's Boy, and on the run in, and it's Holmore Patrol again from Crowecopper. Then Deep and Even, Peacock Aid well there. Kelly's Boy on the stand side. Into the closing stages now, and it's Crowecopper the leader from Holmore Patrol. Kelly's Boy coming strongly on the stand side into the closing stages, and Kelly's Boy sweeps through into the lead from Crowecopper. Then Peacock Aid and Holmore Patrol, and they're clear of Deep and Even and Broadbeam. Making the final turn with 3 to jump, and it's Baluchi, Outlaw and Broadbeam, chased now by Fair Love, who's made ground from the rear of the field, then Panarctic coming to the third last. Who rises first? Baluchi, Outlaw and Broadbeam in line abreast. 2 to jump now. Outlaw in the centre, Broadbeam on the stand side, Baluchi on the inside. Closing up behind these Panarctic and Fair Love, they've now got 1 to jump, and it's Outlaw, Baluchi and Broadbeam with Fair Love now closing to join them. Baluchi takes it up again on the run to the last from Outlaw as they come to the final fence. Baluchi and Outlaw. Baluchi led from Outlaw in second, then Broadbeam, Fair Love running on into third, and on the closing stages now, Baluchi on the far side with Outlaw coming to challenge. These are chased by Fair Love, Broadbeam and Panarctic, and into the closing stages, Baluchi on the far side, Outlaw on the stand side. They're racing wide apart, but Baluchi is the leader from Outlaw. Then behind these, it's going to be close for third between Panarctic, Broadbeam and Fair Love.
Track on a similar distance back to Fair Baboo as they come to the third last. Baluchi made good ground just before that to actually jump into the lead at the third last and to go on by 2 lengths from the other 2 have now come under the whip as they come to the second last. Baluchi over by 2 lengths from Wild Argosy on the far side. Kevin's Fort looking tired and 1 pace now in third, and these are well clear from Fair Baboo, who's making a little ground as they come to the 13th and final fence. Baluchi over now well clear, 6 lengths clear of Wild Argosy, who's in turn 8 lengths clear of Kevin's Fort, who's going to be passed by both Fair Baboo and Wisecracker. But as they go for the line, Baluchi drawing right away, winning comfortably from Wild Argosy, who might be
But Baluchi closes on the flat now. It's Queen's Palace from Baluchi closing right up to within 1.5 lengths now. And a further 4 lengths then to Tactico. Round towards the third last. This is the last open ditch. Into the straight. Just about 3 furlongs to go. 3 fences to be jumped. And Baluchi jumps to the front there. Baluchi on the near side. Going on, a length clear. Queen's Palace under strong pressure. Tactico tries to close. They're followed then by Wisecracker. Music Be Magic now way out of it. Down towards the second last. It's Baluchi from Tactico, the nearest challenger now. And that's about a gap of 3 lengths between the leading two. Tumble Jim's been pulled up now down towards the last. It's Baluchi, made the long trip from Shropshire, coming towards the last. Jumps it 2 lengths clear. Tactico in second place, Queen's Palace in third, and they're clear now. Crowecopper running on close home into the last half furlong, and it's Baluchi clear of his field by some 3 lengths. Tactico trying to close, but not going to get there. Racing up towards the line, and it's Baluchi about 4 lengths clear, racing towards the line. It's Baluchi.
Of Rimfire, these two are a long way clear of Wrath Wonder, and Some Do. And so as they approach the straight, where they'll have 4 fences to go, it's Oak Grove in the lead from Rimfire. These two are now about 20 lengths clear of Wrath Wonder. Oak Grove in the lead. Rimfire jumps it second, and some way behind is Wrath Wonder. Even further behind is Some Do. Meanwhile, the leaders have 3 to go, and the 2 back markers taking the first in the straight, and the 2 leaders now coming to the ditch, Oak Grove and Rimfire. And that's the order over that, about a couple of lengths between those two. Then comes Wrath Wonder and Some Do. And so the leaders now have 2 to go, racing now towards the second last, and as they do so, Rimfire trying hard to get back on terms with Oak Grove, and it's between these two with 2 to go. Rimfire closing the gap once again, well on terms there, so they have 1 to go. Some Do's been pulled up, only 3 left in it. Rimfire now quickening up and takes up the runnings. They run now towards the 20th and final fence. It's Rimfire in the lead from Oak Grove. These two are well clear of Wrath Wonder at the last fence. Rimfire comes to it in the lead. Oak Grove over in second place. They're well clear of Wrath Wonder, and as they run up towards the line, Rimfire staying on well, now has the advantage about 4 or 5 lengths from Oak Grove, and these two are then well clear of the only other finisher, and that finisher is Wrath Wonder.
First, number 15. Second, number 13. And third, number 14. First, number
Continuing Piccadilly Prince and Vagabundo. So they have 2 more fences down that far side. This one is a plain one that they're running to now. Barnbrae, who's made most of the running with Annie Ra. Little change amongst the leaders. They still got a clear advantage over Super Sue. Sagalaroon made a mistake there. Meanwhile, the leaders now coming to last on the far side, which is a ditch. And as they run to it, Barnbrae, Annie Ra together, Super Sue. These two are then followed over that one by Ringmore, who's improving, now goes 4 in front of Ballyshanny Run. Then there's a gap to Boreham Down, then comes Oxford Place. Even further behind now is Sagalaroon, Vagabundo and Piccadilly Prince. And so they make that bottom turn, making their way back towards the straight where they had 3 fences to take. Annie Ra now takes up the running from Barnbrae. Then comes Super Sue, Ballyshannon Run, making good headway with Ringmore. And that's the leading 5, and they're well clear of the others who are headed by Oxford Place and Boreham Down. And so running now towards the first of the 3 plain fences up the straight, Annie Ra in the centre, Ballyshannon Run on the near side. On the far side, Barnbrae, the white colours are Super Sue and the green colours are Ringmore. That's the leading 5, they come to this one. Annie Ra just the leader from Ballyshannon Run. Then comes Barnbrae, Ringmore just in behind the 3 leaders. Super Sue finding no more back into 5th place. They come now towards the second last. It's Annie Ra with the advantage. Ballyshannon Run much closer in second place. Then comes Barnbrae and Ringmore. And that group of 4 now gone clear of Super Sue. But Annie Ra staying on well as they come up towards the final fence from Barnbrae on the far side and Ballyshannon Run in third. Then comes Ballyshannon Run's gone there. And so that leaves Annie Ra well clear of Barnbrae as they race up towards the line. Annie Ra holding the advantage over Barnbrae. Then comes Ringmore, and those 3 are then chased home by Super Soul, but nearer the line, Annie Ra in the lead from Barnbrae, and then comes Ringmore.
Third open ditch. Ardent Spy the leader, but Function View has now gone up into second. Foxbury is third, and all the time Peter Scudamore trying. Function View made a bad mistake there and was passed by Crowecopper, so Function View back in 4th place as Crowecopper moves up into third, just in behind Foxbury and Ardent Spy as they go onto the far side for the last time. Still pretty tightly bunched, no more than about 8 lengths between first and last as they go towards the 7th fence from home. Ardent Spy, who's made most of the running from Foxbury, but right in behind come Crowecopper and Function View at the next. Over that one safely from way under, who just went through the top of it, travel over, and then comes Scale Model. Another plain fence before the last of the ditches. Ardent Spy leads into it, 2 lengths in front of Foxbury and Crowecopper and Function View, 2 lengths back. to Travel Over, who's gone past way under, and Ronnie Bevan now beginning to close on the leaders as they go towards the last open ditch. 5 from home, Ardent Spy, a length and a half to Crowecopper and Foxbury. A length and a half back comes Travel Over, who goes past Function View, then comes way under, and Scale Model still well in touch with the leaders as they make the turn out of the back straight. And Ardent Spy kicking on, and Ardent Spy opening up a lead of 4 or 5 lengths, and Crowecopper under Peter Scudamore responds and quickly moves up into second place, and also Ronnie Bevan improves on Travel Over. Scale Models come with them and way under, and the two who've been dropped to now are Foxbury and Function View. They're out of it as the leading 5 come down the home straight towards the 4th from home. And Ardent Spy has gone for home and has this lead of 3 or 4 lengths. Crowecopper, Peter Scudamore and Ronnie Bevan and Travel Over have got Ardent Spy in their sights. Scale Models being pushed along, and way under also having to be harried along to try and keep in touch. But Ardent Spy comes now towards the 3rd from home. Crowecopper and Travel Over still going well within themselves in behind in 2nd and 3rd. They're going clear now of Scale Model and way under. They come now towards the final 2, and Crowecopper moves right up now, menacingly challenging Ardent Spy. Ronnie Bevan right in behind them on Travel Over. 2 from home, Ardent Spy, Crowecopper, Travel Over through the top of that and loses half a length as they come towards the final fence. Ardent Spy still running on strongly, but Crowecopper challenging on the stand side. Crowecopper has to put in a short one. Ardent Spy is slightly quicker. Now Travel Over is beginning to get into top gear, but Ardent Spy has found a little bit more pace on the run-in. Travel Over is the data, and now Travel Over comes upsize and quickly goes clear. Travel Over winning with quite a bit of hand at the end. Ardent Spy is second.
Le Carot's win in the previous race. Now they're coming to number 7, over the 7th now, with now a new leader. Roy Prince has taken it up as they race parallel with the tin and go on towards the halfway stage in the race and begin the turn into the back straight. Roy Prince now showing the way, with the outsider Baby Sigh going really well up on the outside. In fact, Baby Sigh, the outsider, has now taken up the running. Baby Sigh from Roy Prince, these two with Al Amiradi, the second favourite, back in 3. Then Vision of Wonder trying to get on terms, followed by Unity Farm Old Towner. Then Crimson Lady, the only one who hasn't scored over hurdles. And last of all, in losing touch now, Dream Merchant, the Plumpton specialist. All of his 4 hurdles wins were gained at Plumpton, but he's not going well in this chase. But the two who are going the best at the moment are Baby Sigh and Roy Prince as they come to the final ditch. Baby Sigh now by a good 3 to 4 lengths over Roy Prince. Vision of Wonder again slow at that one. Al Amiradi remains 3rd, but it's Baby Sigh with this change of jockey, Derek Morris aboard, going well at the moment and going clear, if anything, from the rest. Still headed by Roy Prince. Now to the final water jump. Baby Sigh up and over safely. Roy Prince takes it 2nd. Al Amiradi is over 3rd, but a remote 3rd. Then Unity Farm Old Towner. Vision of Wonder with Steve Smith-Eccles. He was trying to get compensation here. He doesn't look like winning. He was defeated on another favourite earlier on. That was Ripster. They're into the final straight, just 2 to take. And it's Baby Sigh, who looks home and hosed, barring a fall, is a good leader at the second last. Baby Sigh up and over well from Roy Prince, chasing strongly in 2nd, but still has several lengths to make up. Oh, Unity Farm Old Towner took it in 3, and then Al Amiradi back in 4 with Vision of Wonder. Dream Merchant has been pulled up as they come now to the final fence, and it's Baby Sigh, ears pricked, up and over safely, and on the run for home. Baby Sigh with Roy Prince being driven to challenge, and Roy Prince in fact is getting up. Baby Sigh has tarred dramatically on the run in, and that's let Roy Prince and Richard Bevan take it up close home from Baby Sigh, who had looked the winner. Unity Farm Old Towner in 3, and Al Amiradi finishes 4th.
They're off.
Well, they race towards the first of 8 flights of hurdles once again. Crowecopper towards the inside of Glen George. These two just in front of Willesden towards the outside with Dear Bob. Aceface and Suspidia towards the inner, just behind the leaders. Crowecopper just the first to rise. He's on the come up now past the enclosures with a complete circuit of the course to run. Glen George with the advantage, about a half length from Crowecopper on the inner. Right on the heels of these come Aceface on the inside of Willesden. And then on the outside of that one, Dear Bob, only a length behind them, is Sir Speedy as they race away towards the turn out of the home straight. Quite a long run before they come to the first of 3 flights on the far side. Glen George is the leader. Glen George from Crowecopper on the inside, about a length and a half behind. And after these, Wilsden's in third, only a half length in front of Aceface. And then a length gap to Sir Speedy. Last of all at the moment is Dear Bob, but the field pretty closely grouped as they start the run down the far side. Glen George continuing to lead. Glen George by just over a length from Willesden towards the outside. Crowecopper on the inner. Aceface is right up with these, and in fact Aceface appears to have this one sewn up. He's tying up somewhat, but Sir Speedy's not making much headway in second as they go for the line. Aceface on the far side, Sir Speedy and Willesden to pass the post in third.
First, number 5. Second, number 3. Third, number 4. Fourth, number 1. First, number 5, Aceface. Second, number 3, Sir Speedy. Third, number 4, Willesden. Fourth, number 1, Glen George.
Clear by a length to Seant. Denosa on the outside of Steeplechasing, race 3 and 4. Then Jim Bridger with Golden Image on the inside of him. Hidden Beauty tries to come through on the inside. Drury's Brewery is still last. 5 more flights of hurdles to jump. Basic Fun has it from Seant and Denosa and Steeplechasing, and then Jim Bridger. 5 out, no change. Drury's Brewery still last. Seant comes through on the inside of Basic Fun, 2 lengths back to Steeplechasing in third, and then Denosa, Jim Bridger, with Hidden Beauty and Golden Image on the inside of that. They've got 3 to jump now. That's 3/4 of a mile to go. Basic Fun leading. Seant tries to come through on the inside. The grey Steeplechasing holding third. Golden Image getting reminders. Jim Bridger making a move on the outside. Seant getting a good run through on the inside. Richard Bevan coming through on the inside of Brendan McGiff. Basic Fun tries to go with him. They've got half a mile to go. Seant takes command from Basic Fun. They've accelerated 6 clear of Jim Bridger in third. Under pressure, Golden Image is struggling to hold 4. Seant going on by 2 to Basic Fun in second place as they level up for home. Still got 2 to jump. Seant pulling clear of Basic Fun in second place. Back in third is Jim Bridger. On the inside of that one, Golden Image, 2 out. Seant comes to it. Hits it hard, gets away with it. Basic Fun's in second. It's a race for the places. They've got 1 to jump. Seant coming clear of Basic Fun with Golden Image under half driving, staying on into third place. 1 to jump. Seant comes to it. Takes it well. Seant clear of Basic Fun with Golden Image coming through to third. Jim Bridger weakens in 4. Racing up to the line. Seant kept up to his work, is well clear. Seant has it from Basic Fun. Golden Image a place.
It's Hill Beagle driven into the lead from Fiery Sun. Forcello closing in third. Then up the ladder, Lake Mission's made ground into fifth, but is under pressure. Then Balnerino, followed by the rapidly weakening Quite So, and also at the back of the field and right out of it is Keep Straight. Meanwhile, the leader turns for home, and it's Hill Beagle with a 5-length lead now from Fiery Sun, then Forcello, Lake Mission up the ladder, and Balnerino, and these are well clear as they turn to face the second last, and it's Forcello challenging Fiery Sun now. Forcello coming on the outside, but Hill Beagle, that was for second place. Meanwhile, Hill Beagle's out clear as Forcello challenges Fiery Sun for second place, then Lake Mission up the ladder and Balnerino. But Hill Beagle still has a clear advantage with Forcello and Fiery Sun trying to peg him back. Then Lake Mission and up the ladder at the 8th and final flight. And Hill Beagle is over clear of Fiery Sun. Then Forcello up the ladder and Lake Mission all trying to get on terms. But the post's going to come in time for Hill Beagle. Racing up to the line, Hill Beagle just wins it. Very close for second up the ladder and Fiery Sun. fine recovery, but that error cost him several lengths. He's now trailing the field as they go to the water jump for the last time, and Preverity from on the outside, Ardent Spy on the inside, Mithras, the still second and third, 2 or 3 lengths then to Alice's Boy as they jump the 6 from home. Preverity still in the lead. Jumps that well from Ardent Spy. Mithras on the inside, Alice's Boy right on terms on the outside. Wigburn is still in touch but being bustled along to stay there as they go to the last on the far side, the 5th from home. Preverity and Ardent Spy are the 2 leaders from Mithras. 5 out. All the leaders jump that well. Preverity almost joined again by Ardent Spy, then Mithras coming under pressure and passed for 3rd place by Alice's Boy. Wigburn still close enough if he's good enough and is challenging Mithras for 4th place, but meanwhile up front it's Preverity by half a length from Ardent Spy. Little more than that to Alice's Boy, who's coming up to join them on the outside. Then Wigburn trying to get into it as they jump the 4th last, and Preverity and Ardent Spy with Alice's Boy on the outside. Then Wigburn, Mithras looks held, and now Preverity comes under strong pressure as they come to the last open ditch, 3 from home, and is headed by Ardent Spy. Ardent Spy goes on from Preverity. Then Wigburn 3rd, Alice's Boy can find no more in 4th. Mithras under strong pressure trying to get back into it at the 2nd last. Ardent Spy re-challenged by Preverity. They've gone 3 or 4 lengths clear of Mithras, who's staying on again on the inside. Then Wigburn and Alice's Boy. Ardent Spy strongly pressed by Preverity at the 20th and last fence, but Ardent Spy led over it from Preverity. Ardent Spy is galloping on well a length in front of Preverity as they run up towards the line. Ardent Spy is just going to hold on from Preverity with Mithras back in 3rd place.
First, number 5. Second, number 1. Third, number 2. And 4th, number 6. First, number 5, Ardent Spy. Second, number 1, Preverity. Third, number 2, Mithras. And the 4th horse was number 6, Alice's Boy.
Going ahead of Ardent Spy, about 3/4 length between those two. Another couple back to Horncastle. He's about 2 in front of Confident Boat, and another couple to Wild Argosy. He in turn is a couple in front of Bonnie Artist. And still continuing is Border Tinker, still towards the rear of the field. And so they have 3 more fences down that far side, 2 plain ones before they go to the open ditch for the 3rd and last time. And Tartan Tempest in the lead as they come to by about half a length in front of Ardent Spy, who put in a good jump there, well on terms the leader. And these 2 are now about 5 lengths of the improving Wild Argosy. And then comes Confident Boat and Horncastle. Racing now towards the next. And the 2 leaders virtually matching strides, but that's where Confident Boat has gone. So Confident Boat have fallen there as the leaders made their way up towards the open ditch at last on the far side for the final time. And Ardent Spy just leading Tartan Tempest over that one. Wild Argosy not too clever, but still landed safely in 3rd place, and those 3 have then gone well clear of the other 2. Bonnie Artist has been pulled up, and so they make the bottom turn the Colonel R. Thompson Memorial Trophy Chase, and as they do so, little to choose between Ardent Spy on the far side of Tartan Tempest on the near side. These 2 matching strides. They're about 6 lengths in front of Wild Argosy, and Wild Argosy is well in front of the ones towards the rear, and they include Horncastle, even further behind is Border Tinker. But the leader's now in the straight, racing now towards the 3rd last. And on the far side, Tartan Tempest. On the near side, Ardent Spy. They come to it together, touchdown virtually together. They're about 5 lengths in front of Wild Argosy, but Tartan Tempest now beginning to get the better of Ardent Spy, but only just. They come now towards the penultimate fence, well clear of Wild Argosy. And once again on touching down, Ardent Spy will not be denied, hanging on there to Tartan Tempest, and it's between these 2, they're well clear of Wild Argosy. They race now towards the final fence, and as they do so, Tartan Tempest on the far side puts in a better jump, comes out of it about a couple of lengths of good from Ardent Spy as they race up towards the line. Tartan Tempest, Neil Doughty in the lead from on the near side, Ardent Spy, and they finish well clear of Wild Argosy.
here of Brigadier's Glory in second place. March Above now being pushed along is third. After this one is Royal Hunt. Meeson Dancer still losing ground. Tap Dancer continues to race wide. And then comes Belfort Gypsy. So the leader's almost at the next. That's Schweppes Tonic from March Above. A mistake there by Brigadier's Glory, who was in third place. As they turn back towards the home straight now, Royal Hunt goes past Brigadier's Glory. Double Handful improves a little bit. And then comes Tap Dancing. But it's Schweppes Tonic as they make the home turn. 3 flights remaining. Schweppes Tonic being followed by March Above, 2 lengths away. There's about 3 lengths then to Royal Hunt with Double Handful in 4th. Brigadier's Glory is 5th. Tap Dancing is in 6th place. And these 6 are clear of Belfort Gypsy. 3 from home, and now Schweppes Tonic and March Above heads Schweppes Tonic there for the first time and is being pushed along in the lead by Kevin Mooney. Royal Hunt with the yellow sleeves towards the outside, and the grey Double Handful also taking closer order. March Above is strongly ridden at the second from home, still just in front of Royal Hunt. Belfort Gypsy's pulling up. It's Me is pulling up, but they run on towards the final flight. Double Handful, the grey, improving on the outside. Royal Hunt and March Above still right there on the inside lands, just in front of Royal Hunt and Double Handful in third. March Above and Royal Hunt as they go on up towards the line. It's March Above who proves the stronger. March Above just beginning to draw away now by a couple of lengths, and it's March Above from Royal Hunt with Double Handful third, and then looking back to a poor fourth. That's Tap Dancing.
Cable Warner, Why Not Wing It's and Andy. And Bishop's Rock, Swing Freeze pulled up. And it's Doc Brief from Rouseabout. These 2 are well clear of Will's Son, the early leader now. There's 3 fences to go. And it's Doc Brief from Rouseabout. Rouseabout takes it on actually from Doc Brief. It's Rouseabout from Doc Brief. Well clear of Why Not Wing It's Will's Son. Doc Brief from Rouseabout, absolutely together. Just the one to go. Doc Brief on this side, from Rouseabout on the far side. Absolutely together, they go for the last. It's Rouseabout and Doc Brief, just the 1 fence to go. It's Rouseabout and Doc Brief. They go for the line, it's Rouseabout and Doc Brief. Then they go Cable Warner and Why Not Wing It's.
We would still like the saddlecloth of number 35 from the men's open race and number 13 from the ladies' race. Can we have both those saddlecloths back to the weighing room? Thank you. Here's the result of the 4th race, Division 1. First, number 53. Second, number 17. Third, number 9. And the distance is 2 lengths and a distance, and the time 6 minutes 43 seconds. are the runners and riders for Division 2 of the Point-to-Point Owners Association Club Members Race, sponsored by Dodson and Horrell. The runners are as follows. Numbers 16, 23, 25, 29, 32, 35, over the page, 38, 40, 41, 55, 57,